Hey guys, welcome back. So kind of with the follow-up with the Collecta-Con stuff from last week with the vintage foils we had from like Urza's and all that kind of stuff. What I wanted to showcase today was what I picked up in the sealed side from the Collecta-Con. So as a bit of a background, so Collecta-Con is supposed to be like everything cardboard, but the reality is it's not really. It's like 95% Pokemon probably. So if you're not ready to spend money on Pokemon at Collecta-Con, you probably want to pass. There was like, I want to say like 3 or 4 vendors, not counting myself with MTG. There was like one guy in the back that had like a case of singles, but everything was like $5 over TCG low, which was like wild, but whatever. Like, so anyone that has stuff that was reasonably priced got flocked to and cleared out. Myself included, because I helped clear out the one guy. But what I did pick up for sealed stuff, I did pick up this handy dandy case of, half case, little corner down here where I may or may not have dropped it, of Lord of the Rings. I paid, what was that, $2,400 for that. Currently, I'm the low on TCG player with $4169.69. You're welcome to go find the online account. I have hundreds and hundreds of singles listed on there. It's mostly bulk right now. There's some stuff, a lot of like half the singles I purchased from the Collecta-Con are on there now too. All the poke, all the fab was, and then I'm still working my way through the MTG. But yeah, so it's $4169.69. I'm okay sitting on that for a little while until it moves. I have a feeling it's probably going to sell here in the next couple of months. I'm okay sitting on that for the realized profit of almost $2,000. I will sit on that for a while if I need to. The Lord of the Rings boxes continue to climb. There's like 20 to 30 left until we breach into like the mid 650s, 630s, somewhere in there. When that point gets hit is probably when the case is going to sell. At current sell-through rates, as long as no one else lists anything new, we'll probably see that happen here in the next like 2 to 3 months, maybe less. Assuming people keep listing, I'm guessing like closer to 3 months. We might even be on that 5 or 6 month timeline. But again, I'm okay waiting for that because getting a 2x on something that large, I'm very comfortable doing. The other things I picked up, here we go, completing my Sword and Shield stuff. A case of Silver Tempest. It's a very nice sealed case of Silver Tempest. And in case you didn't notice, we are onto the Pokemon now. Ooh, I gotta save the best for last. We also have a case of Lost Origins, which completes that. And now, saving the best item for the last item, we have a case of Evolving Skies. I did not think I was ever going to pick up a case of Evolving Skies. I paid, it was a vendor, I picked up all this stuff actually from one of the other vendors, or the people that were vending there at the booth I was with. I picked up the Lord of the Rings case and the 2 non-Evolving Skies cases for $3,900. Which basically, in my brain, like I'm at a cost basis of like $2,400 for Lord of the Rings and $1,500 for the 2 Pokemon cases. And then for the Evolving Skies case, I think I paid $3,500 for. All in all, that puts me at like $7,400 for sealed Pokemon / MTG that I picked up this weekend. I did sell a box of Vivid Voltage. I sold a box, or no, I didn't sell a box of Vivid Voltage. I kept the Vivid Voltage and the Brilliant Stars, I think is what I kept. Did I keep? No. Okay, I did sell the Vivid Voltage. So I sold the Vivid Voltage. I also sold a box of Chilling Reign and a box of Fusion Strike. For me, that basically drops my cost basis down even further for the weekend on the Pokemon side. So for $5,000 of Pokemon, I'm actually only in it for about like $4,400, $4,300, somewhere in there. That makes it very comfortable for me. I'm basically paying, I'm up a bit, closer to like $200 a box, but like again, Evolving Skies is like pushing $700, $800 a box. I fully expect it to push $1,000 to $2,000 here in the next year or two. So, you know, I'm very okay taking $3,500 and parking it for a year, year and a half to make $1,500 to $2,000. Like I'm very okay with that. If Evolving Skies pushes past $1,000 a box because the Eevee and the other alt arts just like start going up and going up and keep going up, you know, we get a different scenario where Evolving Skies pushes like maybe $1,500 a box quicker than expected. I have no real plans on letting go of the cases of silver, of Sword and Shield that I have. What I will probably do is drip out the loose boxes that I have until I have 3 each of left. And I'll sit on those, and then I'll probably look to do big case deals whenever, you know, Sword and Shield era hits that, like, that really sweet spot of, like, 7 to 10 years-ish. Sword and Shield started coming out in, like, 2019, I think. So we're looking at, like, 2028, 2029-ish, 2030-ish. So I'm holding it for 5 to 6 more years. It could be less, it could be more. But again, like, I'm okay parking money in what is arguably like a gold tier asset of sealed, right? I've been over this before when I talked about like how to invest in sealed. The idea behind sealed investing, right? It's the laziest approach that you can take. And I actually need to do the more aggressive follow-up on that and some more follow-up videos too. It's the laziest approach you can take. I literally take it, put it on a shelf, and forget about it for X years until someone says, oh, hey, dude, did you see that Evolving Skies went to $17,000 a box? I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. I got 6 of them. Totally forgot about that. And that's like the approach that you have to have with sealed. Like, if it sells for a crazy number, awesome. If it doesn't, whatever. Sit on it longer. That's the whole point of sitting on sealed. Like, you don't want to have like an indefinite time frame of like, oh, I got this like short timeline on sealed I gotta have for 3 days and 4 months. Like, you just gotta be ready to sit on it. Like, sit on it until you win. Like, that's how you win with sealed. Let's see what else. I also picked up the case of Commander Masters. I will be opening that for singles at some point. It's 6 boxes. I think it's the sets. I have a very low cost basis on that as well. I'm going to sell a revised starter from that purchase probably, and I'll be in the pennies range. I could care less at that point. Like, I could do Bar League, could do great, and again, I'll bulk all of it out. I'll sell everything, the foils, the commons, uncommons, mythics, rares, and I'll probably do very, very well. I'll hit some Jeweled Lotuses probably. I'm going to hit other mythics that are going to be worth a fair bit of money. Is Ocelot Pride in that? No, that's an MH3. So there's a lot of value to be had in sealed if you sit on it. Worst case scenario, you can always open it and liquidate it for singles. In the case of Evolving Skies, like, I'm never going to get totally wrecked because I think in 6 boxes, you're guaranteed to hit an Eevee out of a case, if I remember correctly. Which basically means, like, worst case scenario, I have between $2,000 and $3,000 in big hit singles, even at today's prices, if they stay flat for singles, that are just going to be there. Given the Moonbreon's, like, just bananas demand, I don't really see it going down aggressively like that. But again, like, you know, the singles market's unpredictable, but the good thing about Pokemon, which is why it's the gold standard, Pokemon singles prices do not equate to the sealed prices, because box breaks and other things like that, there's always a card if you graded a PSA 10. Oh, if you grade a PSA 10, I don't know, Charizard from the 25th anniversary set, it's worth $200, and the pack break box, the box break price is like $50 per pack or something. I don't know, it's some dumb numbers. It literally doesn't matter, because like the PSA 10 chase crowd is just like, gotta have it, and like that thrill of hitting that, like, it's just, the Pokemon market's like unrivaled. Like, that's why I don't have a ton of Magic Sealed. Magic Sealed that I have, I usually open, and then I sell the singles. Like, I don't retain sealed Magic very often. The exception I made is the Lord of the Rings boxes, because again, 6 boxes at $2,400, I could quite literally go sell them today, single boxes, and still make money on what I paid for the case. Will I make a ton of money? No, but I'll make probably $50 to $100 a box after I pay for shipping and fees, whatever else. I think boxes are like $530 right now, which would put loosey-gooseys at like, what, $3,180, and then I'm going to lose 15% for fees, because again, I'm assuming 1 box sales, anything under $50 on TCG player fees, you're still cutting in the fees, and 500 is kind of the threshold, so really only have like $180 that I'm not paying fees on, so let's just call 15%. You know, I'm looking at $450 in change, call it $500 in fees with shipping and stuff. So I'm going to go from 3,200 to 2,700. I'll make 300 bucks. So I'm making a little over 10%. That's like a nightmare scenario. If it sells at the case price that I want, I make probably closer to like $1,900, because again, this is important, right? TCG player fees are capped at $50 plus the CC fee, which means that the normal item, so if someone puts an order for $1,000 of cards, it caps the fees at 50 bucks for me plus the CC fees, because I always have to pay those. So you see that math starts checking out in really huge orders. That's why when you see the big order prices on cases, they're discounted slightly to account for that, because there's less fees being paid normally. So they say, hey, I want the case to sell quicker, so it gets discounted some. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Evolving Skies case. I might list it on TCG Player for 12 grand and just say like hee 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 and let it sit. But we'll see. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to give you guys the update on. I picked up this stuff sealed at Collecta-Con. You saw the singles I picked up, the sealed I picked up, the graded I picked up now. I did not sell any graded, unfortunately, at Collecta-Con. I'll do another update or a full breakdown video with footage from the event itself. Ruxin cracked a revised starter while we were there, so that's going to come out probably this Friday or next Friday, I think. And that actually should front load everything well enough in for my surgery, which is perfect, which is next week. So I want to try and have like 3 weeks of videos so that I have this week covered, next week, and the week after covered, so I don't need to stress out about it. But yeah, guys, gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later, and bye!